All right, here we go. Let me show you a few updates and just a few things that I've done for myself as a personal reset for the new year, which I very much needed and still need. I missed drinking coffee out of my little cups. With the Keurig, I couldn't do a smaller version, so I am loving the fact that I can once again pour coffee into my special cups. A little simple pleasure for sure. And now, to get away from some of the noise inside of the house, I'm going to enjoy a little bit of nature. I'm a little late to the party this year. Last year at this point, my forsythia had already bloomed. So I'm out here, I think it's February 7th today. And I'm going to grab some short pieces. The chickadees are absolutely loving being inside here right now. I'm gonna grab some short pieces and force them, and they'll be opening in a couple weeks. These are already quite ready to want to open. So this isn't gonna take as long to bloom as I thought. It's hard to believe in a couple months we'll start seeing some herbs popping through right here. This is one of the things I'm doing for myself, coming outside, getting some sunshine, listening to the birds, watching the birds, getting up close and looking at things that are just getting ready. While I was here, I grabbed some flowers that I purchased the week before at the grocery store. I'm giving them a fresh cut and rearranging them, and just having this pop of color in the kitchen makes me really happy. And you'll notice in the video that I bring them back and forth wherever I'm working. They've been in the kitchen, they've been in the butler's pantry, and happiness follows me. Don't feel silly if you have beautiful flowers in one room and you want to enjoy them somewhere else. Just carry them in that room and enjoy them. Why not? Well, most of the cabinet cup pulls and knobs and handles are in. There's a few that are still to be finished. We have the uppers to still do. These two, let's see, around the stove, I'm gonna be doing knobs with that. I believe all knobs. I have something of each so I can give it a try. Right now I'm making dinner. I'm getting ready to parboil some zucchini. I'm having fun. I'm gonna be baking tonight, making this for the first time. And let me show you what is happening in the butler's pantry. These are almost all in as well. I think the only ones left to do are those uppers and the lowers there. I'm looking forward to when the rest of the wallpaper comes in so I can finish that, and then I will start painting out here in the kitchen. Oh, I also have to paint shelves. Let me show you what I got going on here. I'm starting to load my drawers, but I'm going to be painting the bottom and the tops of the shelves as well, and then I'll be able to put my items on them, including books and the coffee maker, and get this all done. So close. So close. And at the end of the house, some temporary windows were put in, and that makes a huge difference to me. They're fogging up now because the temperature changed quite a bit outside. It's gotten warmer. And we're playing with the mantle. Going to be changing the top a little bit, but you can't see all the different layers, unfortunately, with the shadowing. But trust me, there's 3 different layers over there. But that's not done yet. That's not done yet. All right, so this is part of my personal reset. I sat down and went through some of my cookbooks and marked some recipes that I wanted to make once the kitchen was available. And this is a first that I'm trying, and it was really easy. It was some time consuming, but it was healthy. It's delicious. Just due to the lack of time, I have not retyped this recipe to share with you. But if you are interested, please let me know below. I will retype it and I will add it to this video, and I will also add it to my website. I'm starting to think I need a personal assistant for things like this. Could I have made them as pretty as the picture? Of course. But you know what? This is real life, and I just served it up because we were hungry, and this was for food. So many of you know that I am not an artist, and I don't do this to see that I'm good. I'm doing this to get better. I love to grab things from the yard and sketch and just see what happens. Sometimes the sketch comes out pretty good and sometimes they come out wonky, but I don't care. This is just for me to relax and really take in what I'm looking at and just have a moment for myself and let my thoughts go off wherever they want to go. And most likely I will come out in the yard and grab one of these next for a little sketch. And now that I think of it, I do think I have this in one of my previous sketching journals. I'll have to look. Now let me show you what I've been up to and why I didn't have a video last week. I've been busy. The almost finished room will be seen in this video. but in between other projects, I went around and I started taping where I wanted knobs to go and draw pulls. And then I put the items near each drawer so that they knew where to put them. Once again, more knobs have to go on, but when you would like both contractors to finish working on a tavern, you say go play there instead, and then come back and do the knobs. Fine by me. Speaking of playtime, my husband was well aware that I've been doing a lot of work, so he said, let's go tap some of the maple trees. The sap is starting to flow and it is time. So we jumped in the gator and we went to some of the trees that we had marked previously, and we're going to tap them, and hopefully this year we'll have more than one small bottle of maple syrup and 12 sugar candies. Maybe I'll get 2 bottles. Who knows? But we're doing this for fun and to be outside together. Even though I've been staring at this while working on it and trying to do matches, I never really have yet looked at the pattern and what's going on in these pictures until now with you. So I'm seeing that there's so many kind of, great animals. Like I never noticed there was a dog here, and sheep represents for me the sheep that are down the street, and we have the horses and the hay fields. So I love this one. It even has turkeys. We have so many turkeys here, and there's boats, so much going on. I love it. And when the contractors came in, I'm going to move here for a minute if you don't want to make you dizzy. When the contractors saw it for the first time, they thought I got the wallpaper first and then color matched the cabinets. Nope. Did the cabinets first and then just found, luckily, this wallpaper that I had in my office that I've been holding on for years. It's evening. I've been slowly putting things away in the pantry, even though I still have some more wallpapering to do, but it has arrived. The wallpaper is here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to finish that this weekend or if I'm going to be doing just some other things around the house. Like we're starting to tap some of the maple trees. I'm so excited. We're going to do it for year number 2. Learning curve last year, and we're going to do it again this year and hopefully get more than 1 bottle and some maple syrup candy, which was so good, maple candy. But what I did is I just started putting things away in some of the cabinets, and the under cabinet lights were installed today. So it's nice to see that. And this is a ceiling light that I put in, or the electrician, I should say, put in. It does fit. The door opens. I like it, but down the road I might find something that's a little bit different, but it's hard to see. There it is. But it does work with the room. And I was saying that it reminds me of having horse bits on the side, and there's horses in there. I keep trying to correct myself. I say hoss a lot and I say horse. But things are gonna move around in here. This faucet is temporary. I did try to clean it up. I think I mentioned that before. It still didn't work. So I ended up having the counter drilled for the same one I have in the kitchen. It's on back order, but we should have it hopefully the end of the month. But right now I have working water in here, so it's perfect. And we're going to have a first cup of brewed coffee. It's set for 5:30 in the morning. And I'm so excited because we've been drinking from a Keurig probably since November, maybe beginning of November. So these little phases are exciting. Right now I'm kind of set up the toaster here. And I have the mixer. I just literally put it here on the counter, the juicer. Once again, things gonna move around and I still have to, you know, take everything back down, finish this wall, paint the rest of the shelves. These shelves are already painted, so I put some things in there. And of course, these are not done yet. I'll be using these for the bookshelves. I'll put a little lamp in here possibly. And the pantry. Here's my spice cabinet and oils and vinegar. I have little glass jars that I'm going to be filling that will fit these 3 shelves, 1, 2, 3, and just kind of make it look a little more uniform, but I don't mind seeing it the way it is because I have a door that I can shut to hide it all. I'm really pleased how this part of the project came out. Got to use something that we found in one of the barns. One thing I forgot to mention, I'm not sure if you guys got to check out the floors. We used some of the wider boards for this part, the butler's pantry. I am going to put a small area rug just to help with some of the echo, or I might just put it underneath here in front of this part. We're missing knobs there too, and here. I still have this handy dandy, super expensive handle on our pull-out pantry. Reason being, I had to go buy a handle. I didn't have the color of the oiled bronze. They didn't have that in stock. So I ended up getting black, and if need be, I will change the color. It really doesn't look that different, oops, from the other knobs. Let me turn around here. I'll know it's different, and like I said, I might paint it, but I'd have to buy 10 of these if I did it online. And there was one in stock, so I did get that. While the electricians came in here and took out all of the old canisters, this is almost like surgery here, and put in new 4-inch wafer lights. And then right now, these are just sealed up, the old holes, with cardboard, because then our contractor is going to come in, patch the holes, re-plaster it, and then I'll be painting. This light is definitely temporary. I'm going to be trying to find a hanging lantern of sorts if I can't get the chandelier in here, which I did try. I tried that one I showed you a couple of videos ago. It was just a little too big, unfortunately. So I picked this up, I think it was $35 at Home Depot. And I put it up here temporarily. And like I said, we'll do a really pretty hanging lantern. I was going to do hanging pendant lights here, and I tried 2 different types. I tried 2s, I tried 3s. It just didn't look right to me. You know, it was fighting that chandelier, and look, this is all trash that's going out. I've been cleaning cupboards and pantries. This is a little exciting for me. So I did try pendants. I didn't like it. So I'm gonna do a really pretty lamp here. I have a green glass, almost jar lamp. Some of you might remember that. It was clear. I might try that in the corner, or one of my other ginger jar lamps. I'm not sure. And we'll have a little bit more low lights also versus these ceiling lights. But all in all, we are so close to the finish line. So close. Down at the end here, let me show you. Let me go past the mess. I'm gonna put a light on. Now this mantle looks a little bit off, so don't worry. It's gonna be, we're changing things. We were just playing with measurements. And at one point we were reading the code wrong for this fireplace. I ended up calling the company, and they said, no, you can adjust your mantle. We thought we had to be this high from the fireplace. We're wrong. So I'm gonna be bringing everything down to a little bit lower level. But my contractor came in, and we used scrap wood that was from here on the table. This is all left over from the project. And we actually designed out the fireplace. And he's picking up the wood And we'll have that here next week, and then he'll start the brickwork, and we're gonna go from there. I'm trying to see if the picture that I did is here. Oh, it's here under a piece of wood. This is how unorganized we are now. We're just like ready to rock and roll. So this is one of those programs that I used on my iPad. It's on there. I just got one of those fancy pencils that you can order. I took a photo of this wall, and then I just started sketching over it. I put in my black bricks, and I'm gonna use the bricks here, but I'm going to paint them out. And then I designed a very, very super simple mantle. And it was kind of funny. If you can see the beadboard on this side here, I was in like two. I was just playing, because this really does help with seeing kind of dimensions. And we didn't even realize that once we were just playing, literally just playing with this, it is pretty much exactly the same space. So we're like, that's meant to be. And I'm just gonna be using 3 pieces of wood. We'll sand those and soften those edges. But this is going to be kind of like, I want it to look like a rustic farmhouse mantle, nothing super decorative. It's a little bit more simple than the one I designed for Groton House. That was more for the Greek Revival home. I want this to look like a farmhouse country fireplace, if that makes sense. I have somebody coming in, I think next week. We're gonna measure out and make templates for the bench seat cushions. Guys, you're seeing, this is reality. All this plastic is normally on the counters, and then when the contractors leave, then we take it off the counter so we can live. But this is what I've been living like, which is, you know, better than it has been, for sure. And let me show you down here. Oh, my post is finally in. That's in. And if you remember, oh, I hate when LEDs do that on videos. If you remember, we had the 2 beams that were here that were for the 2 different buildings that were attached. Those got encased yesterday. So really, there's very little construction work to do here. I don't think there's any actually, other than the mantle and the bricks. Oh, and also, temporarily, I should have showed you when I was closer, our contractor gave us some very temporary moldings around the windows so that I'm not looking at insulation. In April or May, when the new windows come in, that was all scrap wood. That's actually the back side of the beadboard, and he was able to reuse that just to make it not so harsh. This window, that will also be replaced. We had to do a little cutout here to fit the new faucet. And luckily, this whole piece will be going back. This won't even be here, because the granite counter is going to go towards the new window, because the window's coming down to the counter. But yeah, that's what we had to do to fit the faucet. And I've only got this window primed. I'll probably give it a coat just to make it look a little prettier. But once again, this whole window's going at one point. I still haven't seen these floors. I'm very anxious. So at one point, maybe in a week or 2, we'll be pulling up the cardboard and all the pads. Oh, I just noticed. I didn't see this. He has all the wood here for the mantle. He's acclimating it so that it gets to be the temperature of the house versus being in a cold warehouse. And I did not realize he already had that here in stock. Pretty cool. All right, I like seeing that. It's Sunday morning, and this is how I am spending my morning. I got up early to start prepping the shelves. I'm filling some holes here, and I'm gonna sand them. I'm not going to be going crazy on these. These are upper shelves, and they're going to have the stoneware and books and decorative items high up. Really not gonna be seen, but I do wanna finish them off. But let me show you what I did finish last night. Took quite a while, but I did finish the walls inside the shelving area. I decided to go all the way back to the wall. And I'm looking at my white blocks. I was gonna paint them out. Oops, just stepped into my shelf. I was gonna paint them out more of the briarwood, but I might end up just doing some color daubing. I didn't do this on purpose up here, but that's what kind of gave me the idea. I might try to make it just look like the toiles disappearing within it versus putting some toile on there. I don't need to go that far. If I get bored someday, maybe I will, but I doubt it. So right now I'm just getting the long shelves prepped so I can get those up there. And once the tops are completely dry, I can style those. And I've already started painting the shelves in here because I'm now going to wallpaper. But I can't say it's a dilemma, but the area that I'm pasting my wallpaper is now taken by the shelves. So I might end up just setting up a space on the floor to start doing some wallpaper pasting and get this project going. Because what I have left is this wall and inside the shelves. And then I will be done wallpapering the butler's pantry. Now I still have a lot more fun to do with placing things, but I finished the wallpaper, the shelves have been painted, and this room is pretty much off limits to contractors other than finishing 4 more knobs. But I'm gonna be bringing in more of my cookbooks and more of the stoneware. I filled a lot of the drawers already, but I am actually having my first cup of coffee this morning. I have needed a personal reset, myself personally. Personal reset personally. And some of you may be feeling the same because of the winter doldrums. And also I know many of you are waiting for the ghost story. Don't worry, it's coming. I've actually been having fun going through old videos. There's more than I thought, so maybe I'll just do a part 1. And the reason I really have been going through videos, which I have like 20,000 on my phone, is I got an amazing voice capture. I mean, speaking right into my phone while I was making a video, which I didn't hear. So I've actually been going through a lot of old videos. I might not find any more, but maybe I will just do a short video. It might only be 5 to 8 minutes, if that, but I think you've been waiting long enough, so maybe I'll work on that this coming weekend, and get it up to you next week. I'm gonna do it as a separate video because some people do not wanna see that. So it will be just a short one and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. The guys are expected to arrive in about a half an hour, and my day is going to be cleaning up this dining room a little bit more. It was completely packed, as you remember. I'm not even gonna turn the lights on here, but I see some table space. That's a good sign, and I see some floor space. But until this ceiling gets patched and sanded and patched and sanded, I'm not going to do any decorating. Nothing here. Oops, I'm even hitting a box with my foot. I will be doing nothing in here because once I'm ready to decorate, I want to keep going. And I don't want it covered with dust. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's update. And right now, what you are looking at is what I'm going to be looking at and sitting next to while I edit this video. I want to thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would love to ask you to do so. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and come see me next week. Bye now.